In a time where successfully signed artists seemingly continue to release album after album after album with songs that really just don't land, it's refreshing to hear an album front to back that not only holds your attention, but also, just for a moment, makes you forget the skip button ever even existed. Alternative R&B artist Greek has gathered close to 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify alone. And even just one listen to his first debut album, EXTC, gives you a pretty good idea on how he became the internet's latest overnight success. Well, not quite. See, on one hand, taking a look at his Spotify and Apple Music pages tells you one side of that story. The story of a few singles, luck, a debut album, and bam, overnight success. But on the other hand, taking a look at a SoundCloud page actually tells you the rest of that story. Michael Davie, better known as Greek, really began crafting his skill as a musician back as a senior in high school. After downloading beats off of YouTube, Greek started playing around with GarageBand and making his own sounds and beats on his phone.
When I first started, I posted YouTube. I just sang over lo-fi beats and shit on YouTube for like 6 months on my phone. It was crazy. I built a little tiny community with like 200, 300 subscribers, but they were consistent people in the community that would come back and be like, yo, keep at it, man. You're doing something. Thank you to all those people.
You can still see a glimpse of these early stages on his SoundCloud with releases like The World Is Okay, End of 2018, Whoa, and Lavender Lullabies. There you can hear the beginnings of his musical production, his raw messy vocal performances, his early musical influences, and the overall charm to his sound. It's so easy to see Greek's catalog now and really believe he was an overnight success. But in reality, Greek's success is anything but that. It's late nights making music. It's several songs released and then taken down. It's a handful of EPs put together and published. It's believing in yourself. It's doubting yourself. It's 4 years in the making. And well, those 4 years paid off. Released on October 21st, 2022, EXTC is Greek's first official album. It contains 9 songs, 27 minutes, and 49 seconds. It's your typical melodrama from love, loss, lust, and heartbreak. But it's really so much more than just that. You see, albums tend to have this cohesive sound where each track expands on that same idea. It tells us a story or expresses a feeling that the artist intended to portray to us. But more often than not, the majority of albums released nowadays are filled with songs that sound more like that last song, and that song sounds more like the last song, and that song sounds more like the last song, and it ends up being one continuous and exhausting mess. In Greek's EXTC, well, it doesn't have that problem. Each song on EXTC not only flows together as an album, but also stands on its own more often than not. Lovers and Friends is a beautiful ballad that quickly morphs into your favorite headbanger. B&B becomes the album's second act, with seductive elements playing on your heartstrings. Best, being the only track on this album without drums, cries out for love while painting these beautiful, wondrous, and wonderful atmospheres. And lastly, Bones, the third and final act of this project, brings it all to a beautiful end. A climax to an album so well crafted, you forgot to use the skip button for a full 28 minutes. But in all honesty, as great as this album is, as many times as I've heard it over and over, as inspiring as it is to see the dedication Greek has poured over his music throughout all these years, it's still not the reason I appreciate and respect Greek so much. You see, what truly sets EXTC apart, what truly sets Greek apart, is humility. It's not often you come across an artist as talented as Greek, who interacts with their fans, who is grateful for where they're at, and who reaches out just to say thank you. It's not often you see someone you can't help but cheer for. It's so easy to believe that you deserve the fame that you've created. It's so easy to believe that you're better than everyone else now. It's so easy to be selfish. But it's truly rare to be a good person.
That was fucking lame.
Bye-bye.
Alright, cool.
That was perfect.
Awesome.
That was great. I'm excited to fucking see this. Oh wait, we're still on camera. Hey guys.
Yeah.